and recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Yup.
Fellow Americans, it is with the utmost pride and sincerity that I present this recording as a living testament and recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Yo.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
My name is Cut by Disciple, man. Chilling with my boy Legendary. We out in this thing, man. Welcome to the Grind Frame, man. We just vibing, man. It's our new introduction. Legendary brought me this beat, and I was like, that's sweet. Go ahead, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yo, I figured, man, let's do our own. Don't get me wrong. I love the DMX beat, man, but we need something that's our own, bro. We need something that's our own, man. So welcome to the Grind Frame.
Recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Yo. Hey, this joint riding, man.
I'm trying to tell you. Hey, first let me give big shout out. Yo, he sent me that beat about 1.5 years ago for me to do my own podcast. And I was
Such
like,
a time as this.
I'm trying to tell you. And I was like, yo, cuz, let me get something with this right here on it.
Yeah.
And then he just makes the original everything. Yo, check out my cuz Gerard Kenneth. That's supposed to be different podcast, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was that interview that we ended up doing for episode 3.
Yep.
And it kind of gave us a little time, a little space to do our own thing.
Straight up,
bruh, what we in, episode 5 now?
Yeah, bro.
Woo!
Sunday. What it is? Sunday, January
Don't ask me.
6th.
Something like that. 5th, 6th.
2020. We're in 2020.
Yeah, that's it though. 2020
Nah,
bringing in the new year.
Grind frame all year,
That's
man.
it.
That's the mindset.
That's it.
Yo, less than 1.5 years, bro. We supposed to be millionaires. Let's mark this date.
Mark this day.
You know what I mean?
Hey, crazy thing. Hey, yo, check this out though. Hold on, I'm gonna share something with y'all real quick.
Quick.
Like.
January 5th, 2020. You know what I mean?
Real
We
quick,
out
like.
here.
You see that right there?
Yep. Let them see it.
Y'all see that right there? These are my 13 principles that I follow. And I got that. Look at that. 6 figures in 6 months by April 21st. That's an actual
Date.
That's a date.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what we own. That's just 6 figures. We ain't say millionaires.
I did.
No. I'm just saying we ain't say millionaires at that moment. That was 6 figures. That 6 figures is gonna push us all the way to what?
7.
There it is.
7.
There it is.
Wet. Yeah, I mean 7.
7.
You
7.
feel me, man?
So, I mean, we got a lot of gameplay. We got a lot of stuff going on this year. We're doing a lot of reading, a lot of research. Just getting it in, man.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, when you a boss, man, you got to look up what's real. Like, all right, like if you really look at what makes people rich, right? Is it the money that they have, or is it the information that they got?
Most of the information, bro.
Most of the information. Then they put it to use.
What's his name said? The information you have will work way harder than the money you have.
There it is.
You know what I mean?
Damn. I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, I just heard it last week.
Hey, what did you say? Yeesh.
You feel me? Yeah, feel, man.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? So, and the job that you show up every day on, I mean, we ain't knocking that, you know what I mean? Because we do show up on jobs.
On jobs, right. 9 to 5ers, man. We are 9 to 5ers, absolutely.
It's the information that we have obtained over the past, you know what I mean? More recent. Past. That allow us to even make these type of statements that 6 figures in 6 months. You know what I mean? Because whatever your mind believes,
you can achieve.
you feel me?
It's that simple.
It's that simple. I mean,
that's why we always say, change the mind frame, get the grind frame.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
So yeah, bro. But I mean,
hey, what's been up with you, bro?
I was about to ask you the same. I mean, how's your New Year been treating you so far? The first 6-7 days in the New Year, how's it been treating you?
Money, like, now I mean, not that I'm chasing money. I mean, even though
Your energy is money, bro. So you ain't
feel
gotta
me?
chase something that's naturally within you,
Like,
right?
I mean, it's been good. Now I mean, I ain't got no real resolutions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I just got life goals. You know what I mean?
Right.
I chase that consistently. So I don't even like in my mind like ascribe to a new year.
Hey, you know what? I don't either.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I do not subscribe to a new year. People like, oh, happy New Year's, or I'm the same way. I look at it just the same exact way.
Yeah, it's a day. You know what I mean?
All it is another day. That's it. And
change your mind today.
change your mind today.
Not at the beginning of some flip of a year.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean? Because the same goals that I had at the end of last year, or let me.
Into 19.
19.
Rose you right into 20.
Yeah, straight up.
So it's like for a year you didn't even change. And and I agree because now what I measure my year off of, I measure my year based off like, okay, I did that 6 months and six figures in 6 months. So I base my year or my progress or my progression based off of when I made that last goal. So I could have made a goal in November of last year, and I say this is my year. So when that November comes, or whatever date it is, it comes that year later. That's kind of my new year to go back and what we always say, self-assess and see if we actually accomplish what we set forth.
Exactly.
So I do the same thing too. Exactly. Same thing.
And even let's just think about last year. So even though I subscribe to a new year, so to speak.
I mean, we're just talking about as far as relevancy for most people.
Straight up. So I was able to chop off 5 of my 7 goals that I had on my board. You know what I mean? So with that, I think I was what, 80% success?
That's 80%. Shit, bro, that's better than most.
You feel me?
I'm just gonna be honest, yeah, that's better than most people. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bro, I ain't mad at you for it. I mean, but me, I never really do things in year increments, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. When I was in barber school, and I started breaking down all the services. And so what I did was, we had like 300 haircuts and all this stuff we had to do. So what I did was I expanded it over the 1,200 hours that we had to finish. And then not just the 1,200 hours, but also I accumulated that based off of the hours that I did in school per week, divided that by the 1,200 hours, and then I took my services and I divided my services within that time frame. And so what I would do is I would go back and check. Sometimes I would check once a month, or I would check every 3 or 4 months to see if I got all of those services accumulated to, again, hold myself accountable. I might say 300 haircuts, and within this time frame between, say, January and March, I was supposed to did, 15 or 20 haircuts. I would ask myself, dang, did I do that many haircuts? You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't, I'm like, bro, I got like a week to reach this goal. So I need to go in and I start chopping up the mannequin or whatever the case may be to reach that goal. So that's how I did mine.
Yeah, man. With me, bro, it's more like a numbers thing. You know what I mean? Not that. I mean, we can't say that we don't ascribe to days, but we do. I mean, a day is 24 hours. So in that time span of that day, what are we doing to get closest to the things that we set out to do? And so each, let's say, free time within that day, it ought to be spent either gaining more information, or doing something physical, like let's say somebody want to lose weight. or even gain weight. You know what I mean? There's ways to do that.
Yeah.
Less calories, more energy expelled to lose weight. You know what I mean?
Well, first it's always information.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and that's some things that.
And that's 90, to me, that's 95% of.
That's 95, because the 5% is just that's the actual physical.
I think it's 99 to be truthful. 99, maybe 1% work. Because I lost weight without even working out. You feel me?
There it is, then 99%. I mean, but now when we say information, especially talking about losing weight, this is a crazy
applied
thing.
Information.
Applied. No, not even just that. No, you're absolutely right. That's not what I meant by that. What I meant by that is that when people get information, they get generalized information.
Yeah.
And they don't get information that subscribes to them, their body weight, their body type, because everybody's body type is different. Here, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I was talking about my wife because it's crazy because all these topics, you know. So me and her went to the gym, and it's crazy. I've been doing this same workout since 2016. No, 2013. I'm sorry, 2012, 2013. Real quick, and she came to the gym and she did the same workout with me. It's called, you know, whatever. You can't really promote the thing, but it gives you like a maximum overtraining type thing, and it's a lot of weightlifting. We're talking not heavyweight, well, in a sense heavy weights, but less reps, stuff like that. And my wife lost a lot of weight compared to running on the treadmill. Yeah. Because her body type, my wife's body type is very muscular. You can't tell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But she's kicked out, but she has a lot of muscle. And so it was the heavy weightlifting that actually made her start losing the weight, then running 35, 40 minutes on the treadmill. Her body never exerted any weight loss or showed any weight loss to that. So you gotta, as I said, you gotta get information dealing with stuff like that or anything pertaining to your particular situation.
Straight up. And
to
like go along with today's topics, don't try to walk in my shoes. So imagine if your wife, not that it wouldn't work for her, but because of her body type, if she was trying to, you know what I mean, run on the treadmill or do the elliptical thing, or the what you call that, the bicycle boy thing.
The bicycle boy, yeah, right.
So with that, you know what I mean, she'll put an hour in a day. Not that she may not see results, but with the weightlifting thing, because of her body type, she's gonna see faster results. You know what I mean?
Right.
And over extended period of time.
Right.
Versus, let me jump on this elliptical thing or treadmill.
Or the treadmill, right? Because and that's what I tell people. So when you get your information,
Straight up.
But I mean, as you know, as DP said, cuts by the sight. Bo.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? As the big homie said is, don't try to walk in my shoes.
Straight up.
And so, you know, and this was a very, this is how we get our topics. We get our topics. Now, you want to tell us how the topic came across? Because it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. You know what I mean? Yeah, to go back to today's topic, you know what I mean? Me and my boy Legendary, we was on the phone, right? And I think I was doing something in the bathroom, cutting my hair, brushing my teeth. But I seen my younger son walking in my shoes. Yeah. And I was like, what got out of my shoes? And he was trying to go to his mom or do something. But in my shoes, he was moving very slow. But the moment he took my shoes off, he began to move very quick. You know what I mean? Faster. Like he's supposed to move, because now he's wearing his own shoes.
He's moving at his own pace. And that's how the topic came up, by don't try to walk in my shoes, walk in your own. And too many times we ascribe, or as people, we try to ascribe to other folks. Living.
The way they did something, let us do it. Or because they got this, let me, in my limited resource, try to live like them.
Right. Man, bro, you get that. So now, what was that old saying? Living like the Joneses.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all grew up on that, but I grew up on that.
Too, bro.
Like, stop trying to live like the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? And you know, living like the Joneses, man, it's, you know, it's one of those sayings that's went through, that has carried itself through history.
Yep.
That now we just say, you know, don't try to walk in my shoes, or don't try to walk in anybody else's shoes, because first of all, you don't know the shoe size.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know the type of shoe. You know, you don't know if the person is, and I'm just using it as an example, you don't know if the person is flat-footed, if they have high arch, low arch. You know, you don't know all these different things. So when you're looking at people's financial situations, you don't know if, you know, they might hit a lick on the lottery or something. They might hit a little bit. They might got a nice bonus or something, or they may know some information that you don't.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much they don't know what's going on in that person's shoe.
Right.
To want to walk in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do try to walk in their shoes, they find themselves suffering because they want to, quote unquote, live like the Joneses.
Live like the Joneses.
Therefore, oh man, you heard about that boy Johnny, he got a new car. He got an Escalade, bro.
I gotta get me one.
I gotta go get me one. Meanwhile, you making $10 an hour working at wherever you working at. You know what I mean?
Shit, in Florida, everything paid $10 an hour. So,
bills not paid.
Right.
But you want to go get this Escalade.
Oh, no. Income tax coming up, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro. I forgot about that.
Income tax coming up, bro.
Man, let me go drop this whole $5,000 or $6,000.
I'm telling you.
And then by the end of tax season, car be gone, bro.
And be broke.
And
can't put gas in it.
Dang.
But they got a new Escalade right along with Johnny.
Dang.
Bruh.
But now the Escalade gone.
3 months later.
When they could have invested or you know what I mean, put their money into something that would bring them money back.
Right.
Or just ask Johnny, what are you doing to be able to afford this Escalade that you have? I mean, that would be the more
sensible situation, because Johnny might be able to put you on.
Then they're trying to go out and try to live like Johnny or the Joneses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Live like Johnny. Live like Johnny.
And too many times though, people don't want to trust the process, man.
They don't.
Like I had to do a self-evaluation. I mean, I do the research on certain things, man, like recently, like I used to love reading the book. Now listening to a book is my thing. Mm-hmm. So that's the hard work for me now.
Yeah.
So other day I was coming up with a budget for the house, and bro, numbers, that's my thing.
Right.
Words, it's not my thing.
Yeah, that's my wife's thing, right? There's numbers, I can chop up numbers all day
numbers
too.
all day.
Yes, sir.
I'm motivated by that type of stuff.
Yes,
so.
sir.
But with reading a book now, to me, like I was having a conversation with myself. I was like,
which you should,
bro. You gotta be able to go through this process. Oh, I think you was on the phone that night too. It was Excel.
Oh yeah.
So,
no, matter of fact, we had just hung up. You was chopping up about what was we talking about that night?
I don't know.
We talking about. Oh no, I was telling. No, yeah, because you was mad at me. Cause I was gazelling and you was like, bro. But I was telling you, I was just kind of waiting on this new, the new memory slot to come in and stuff like that. And you was asking what I was doing, and I ain't did nothing. I ain't even touched the last week's podcast.
Nothing.
I ain't did. Nah, I was on the sticks.
Oh yeah. I think that was a FaceTime night, bro.
Yeah, I was on the sticks, yo.
Yeah, bro. When this cat be on the sticks.
No, that FaceTime night, no, bro. That was Christmas Day.
Oh, okay.
That was Christmas Day. You was at your sister's house.
Right.
No, that was Christmas Day. I was actually doing something that day.
Okay.
I was doing something. Actually, was cooking that day, so I was doing something.
Yeah,
but nah, that night you was doing Excel. But I remember that because, oh man, I meant to tell you. On the Mac, bro, I got Excel sheets already made because I know, bro, like I'm gonna show you at the end of it. I got Excel sheets budgeted, literally already made. So where all you gotta do is plug in your numbers. Yeah, I'll send them to you. But I had forgot because they was on my old external hard drive.
See what I'm saying? Meanwhile, I'm trying to force myself through the process of relearning Excel.
But
the equations.
Hey, but he gotta trust his own process, not knowing that I already got Excel sheets already made.
But meanwhile, I'm staying up to like 1 or 2 in the morning.
My bad.
Falling asleep on the computer.
But you gotta trust your process.
That's what I'm saying. We look for ways out. And see, you just gave me a way out, but I don't think I'm gonna take it.
Well, it's not necessarily. Okay, how about this? I'll give it to you as an example, and then that way, because remember I was telling you Excel has all the formulas.
No, it comes with it.
It comes with the formulas. All you gotta do is plug in the right formula, and as you type in the numbers, it does it for you.
And it tell you the formulas.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I want to go through the process of relearning it, like, so it can become second nature.
I can respect that.
Like Barbara.
Well,
you know
I still got it if you want me.
No, I mean,
if you need an example.
Maybe one day I'll take that way out.
Okay, no. Okay, how about this? I'll screenshot it so
yeah.
you can see they kind of give you a setup. Now, you don't have to use the same exact setup, but it'll kind of give you, and I remember, talk to Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to Johnny.
Oh, yeah, ask Johnny.
Ask Johnny.
Ask Johnny, yeah.
Yeah, so that way, so what I'll do is I'll screenshot it and then at least give you what the outlook is or what the big picture is, and then that way you can still go through your own process. Because I do respect people going through their own process.
Yeah, bro, because that process means a lot. And here's the thing about what people don't understand about the process. The process happens to prepare you for later on.
It does.
You know what I mean?
It does.
I promise you, everything that I've ever been through always prepared me for future events.
Future events, right?
You know what I mean? But
that's the process. And as you're going through it, you're going to have a few Johnnies here and there that's going to help you along the way. Because also information is great, but we always say it's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's true.
So also at the same time, while y'all gathering that information, also understand that you're going to come across your Johnnies, and your Johnnies are going to be able to kind of sort of lead you in the right direction. They might not give you their exact game plan, but they say, yo, you know what? Check this out and check this out. You know what I'm saying? And then you may be able to bounce them ideas off of Johnny. You know what I'm saying? And
don't give Johnny too many more, because Johnny might be at a place where,
that's true.
I mean, he might take some of your ideas and make them his own.
Now, my grandma said, don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing, but yeah, go to Johnny and say, hey, how did you get this Escalade?
Yeah.
And then you be like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? He'll kind of lead you, because Johnny, I'm going to be real with you. Johnny not going to give you all his information.
No, he's not going to.
I'm letting you know that off the dome. Like, that's not going to happen. So he might lead you in the right place. He might go say, oh, there's this dealership up the block. Go talk to this other guy named such and such.
Yeah,
tell him Johnny sent you.
Johnny not going to want to give you all his resources.
But they won't know.
No, because then it won't benefit him.
It won't benefit him later.
Unless he got the game sold up.
Most people don't.
You know what I mean?
But then again, most people are afraid of losing what they got. And I guess that's the difference between me and you. The difference with me and you compared to everybody else is that we share a bunch of information with each other, a bunch of ideas, a bunch of everything. Because one thing I can say, I'm never afraid of Twan ever going behind my back and getting this investment over me. No. Like, I don't think about it. I don't worry about it. It's like when we talk, it's like, oh, bro, I was just thinking about that the other day. Or, you know, I was just reading about something like that. So I never stress that shit. I never.
My reason is maybe completely different from yours. I'm never worried about that, because, I mean, I don't open up to too many people. And before I do open up to people, I'm always checking you out.
Yeah, you know checks and balances, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
Checks and balances.
Before I even allow you in my circle, I spend several weeks quiet around you. I mean, I don't know if he remembered.
I remember the very first time we met. I was still in school when we met. You know, we chopped it up a little bit here and there. Then we talked a little bit, and then you left and came back some months later, and you brought your trimmers in, and we was kind of chopping it up about the trimmers. I was like, okay, and it just kind of gradually just And then, you know, he came to the house once, you know, gave me a great opportunity, offered me a great opportunity. I didn't know the man that well, but I was like, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it. And
y'all see it now. It's a progression.
This is where it's at.
That was part of the process.
That was the process. Me, I'm open.
You open, man.
I'm open, bro. Like I've always given a person enough rope and let them hang themselves.
So I ain't giving you no rope.
Now he don't give you none. I'm gonna just be like.
But then later on, I'm gonna give you all the rope.
Just chunking at him. But yeah, man, like me, I'll just give you the rope. I'll give you the rope. And if you hang yourself with it, that's on you, partner. Because I've always believed in cutting the snake off at the head.
Yeah.
That's just me. I just pick the body up and keep it moving, bro.
I take a different approach then.
So yeah, we do. I mean, but we think differently.
It works.
I mean, we move the same.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, your grind is a little bit different than mine because there's just certain things I'm just not doing. Because right now, it's the way my energy is, the way how I'm perceiving my life, and how I'm trying to. Right now, I'm trying to get a house for the wife. All right, that's it. So my movement is a slightly bit different than his. You know, I'm a credit man. He's a cash man. Okay, so how we move, our overall goal, the goal is the same, but he's a cash man, I'm a credit man. Eventually, we gonna use both strategies.
I think I credit that to information. Reason why I'm
absolutely. No, I agree. But I am a credit man, he's a cash man. So, but I mean, our goals at the end of the day are the same. Yep. That end goal is generational wealth.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is how we get there. We're gonna take similar paths, but he might veer off a little bit this way, I might veer off a little bit that way, but just on how the information we gather, and we just come back and say, okay, does this work, or should we not try it?
Agreed.
So, but we're not walking in each other's shoes.
No, man.
We're not. We definitely not. And I got a couple Johnnies in the back pocket right now. Like I do got a couple Johnnies, and I'm gonna introduce him to a couple of my Johnnies that I got. As we proceed, he's got a couple Johnnies in his back pocket. So as we proceed and move the way we move, I'm just gonna bring it all together.
Yeah, man. And back to the walking. I'm looking at this clipper and this blow dryer. Now, wouldn't it be something if you came to the shop?
Don't do that. I'm listening though.
You asked someone to blow dry your hair. Now that someone is the clipper. Clipper, can you blow dry my hair? Sure. I mean, you'll come out of that shop with a bad clipper job. I mean, a loss of hair. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then you come to the shop and you ask blow dry to give you a haircut.
Check the analogy with it.
Yeah.
Check the analogy with it.
So, a blow dryer was made to dry your hair. A clipper was made to cut your hair. So, if the blow dryer tried to walk in the clipper's shoes, it's not serving this true purpose. Vice versa. So, in life, if you being aware of who you are, then try to walk in somebody else, that's like a football player trying to be a ballet dancer. Did I say that right? Ballet dancer.
It's crazy because a lot of football players do take ballet.
They do.
But that's just for agility, though.
Yeah,
that's not for the love of ballet. But no, you're right, though. You're right.
At all. So,
you're right.
Man, like we always say, do your homework. And if you don't have the ability to assess, get somebody around you.
Yeah.
Who's positive.
And that's going to hold you accountable.
Hold you accountable.
And you know what, bro? And I'm glad you brought that up. I think surrounded by us, or just people in general, we see it all the time, is, you know, you have people, and everybody has goals. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to either be rich, live comfortable. It's nothing new. All the stuff that we talking about ain't nothing new. You get it, nothing new up under the sun, and don't nothing set up under the moon. So none of it is new. So people must understand and must realize that when it's your turn, it's your turn.
Yeah.
But if you're not prepared for it to be your turn, then your opportunity is just passed. And how do people know it's their turn? By studying particular information on something that you want to do. So if the clipper realizes that it can't do a blow dry job, then why don't the clipper go get the blow dryer and say, hey, I get people that come in and this is what they want, but I can't perform that service. And that's another thing, is don't be afraid to get help. Like, I don't know everything. Twan don't know everything. But we come to each other. We bounce ideas off of each other. There's certain things in his life he's accomplished that I haven't. There's certain things in life that I accomplished that he hasn't. But I'm not afraid to bounce ideas off of him. If he agrees, he agrees. If he doesn't, he definitely gonna, nah, D, nah, mate, that's, nah, bro, that's, nah. It's like he always called me. Well, I called him this morning. I was like, but I had a good reasoning last night. I didn't have an excuse. I had a good reasoning. But nonetheless, he holds me accountable. I hold him accountable. I feel like, nah, don't even do that. Like, nah. But if you're a clipper that want to do a blow dryer's job, go get a damn blow dryer.
Yeah, reach out.
Reach out, but also do your information. Do your research so you know you're getting the right blow dryer.
Positive,
man.
And you don't want to bring anybody in your circle. You know what I mean?
Do your research.
Do your research. And stop, how should I say this? Stop being quick to,
No, it's cool.
Nah, because then, see, I'm having a conversation in my head right now.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Anytime I do that, I'm thinking before I speak.
Right.
Stop being quick to cast people aside who may add value. But then I'm thinking about what Napoleon Hill said in the book. Be quick to make a decision.
And slow to change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be quick to make a decision and slow. Because I agree with that. Because when I make a decision and my wife, that's too fast. I've thought about that quite a few times, and I've already did the possible outcome. Don't mean it's 100%. No. But I've done the possible outcome and say, yo, bro, this might not be a good idea. Oh, well, execute.
Yeah.
And I let everything just unravel on its own.
So what's the opposite of that? Because, all right, so here's the thing. Stop opening up to people. But damn, that's canceling you out. Because you opened up.
No, not necessarily. No. Because, and I figured that's what you were going the first time when you said that. Well, not necessarily, because, like, okay, I open up to people in a certain aspect. When I say I open to people to certain aspects, like how me and you here having a conversation about positivity, energy, stuff like that, I let that be. That's who I am. I'm an extrovert, okay? So I let that be. But when it comes to being, might be the wrong word. I don't want to use that word. When it comes to being like close like we are, that's something I don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's something I don't do. That's one of our, hold on.
What's the name?
Yeah, that's the man. That's somebody else's?
Well, somebody's gonna get shot. Cause I know I left my MacBook in there.
That's the red,
We back, y'all.
He back, hold on.
Yo.
Alright, good.
Continuing thought.
Yeah, I'm not gonna edit this, so.
Don't.
No.
That's life.
That's what it is. Slight interruptions, get right back to it.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, so, yeah, like to let people in, like on that, somewhat like a deep level, nah, bro, I don't do that with everybody.
I was just thinking about that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah.
Because even over time, like even with us, you know what I mean? Initially, you opened up, but you didn't open up, you know what I mean? You just open up your space.
Yeah.
Not your life and your life events that happened in the past. So yeah, don't open up. And a lot of us like to open up to people too early about our personal business.
Man, people
that's
do
a difference.
Yeah, they do that shit way
so
too much.
yeah, stop opening up so quick without even knowing the person that you're dealing with. And that's the difference. Like me, Legendary, he opened up, but he did not open up his life experiences or his family history until we really got to know each other. That's when he opened up. And so
I don't even open up about what I research to people either. Like all this stuff I research, all this real estate stuff. I'll let y'all know a little bit. Just real estate stuff or just personal things of how I live my life and what we do. And nah, bro, you're not gonna know nothing about that.
Yeah. And if while you're reaching out somebody who, let's say, back to the blow dryer analogy, Clipper went to go ask the blow dryer, yo, can you lend a helping hand? In lending that helping hand, if the blow dryer brought back news about another blow dryer, chances are you don't want to really deal with that person.
Yep.
Know what I mean?
Yep.
Because they'll do the same thing about your information, about your dealings with them.
Yep.
Know what I mean? You want to keep positive people, positive thoughts, positive flow energy around you where you're heading in the same direction. Now, everything ain't always gonna be positive because we're humans, we go through ups and downs. So I mean, that's the person who you already have in your circle, who you know. Know what I mean? Not just claim or just met this person. They're the type of people you want to keep around. The ones who will tell you the truth, be it you are wrong or just can't see your way through this situation or in this situation. Right. You want people who's going to give you positive advice, but also who will tell you the truth in your time of despair or whatever you may be going through. So, yeah, stop opening up so quickly, man.
Yeah, because I'll tell you something, a true friend is a person that'll tell you whether you're right or wrong.
Yeah.
And I think what I've learned in my lifetime, man, is why people open up so quickly and want to tell people about their hard times in their life and this and that. It's because they want people to like them.
Yeah.
And so they want to find themselves, either they want people to like them or they want to create, like I would like I used to tell my wife, just stop having a pity party. Because she would look at me, we would, have our little things or whatever, our little spats or whatever, which every marriage goes through it, and it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a person crying wolf in a sense. Sure. Which, I mean, she wasn't, but I'm just kind of using that now. I kind of look at her like, but a lot of people like to cry wolf. And when people cry wolf, you got to look out for those because, everybody's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And so when I start seeing it, it's like, I'm still a very generous person. That's going to always be a part of me. I can't never lose that now, but I am very particular in my generosity now.
Yeah.
Still very generous. Very generous. I would give $20 to a homeless person that I've never met before I give $20 to somebody I've known for a while.
Yeah.
Just because I know that person. I know that person that I've known for a while. I know that person's habits.
You can't always help the individual who you know, and you know their habits, like you're saying.
Yeah.
You know their habits. So essentially, if you continue to help them, then you enable them.
I'm becoming an enabler.
And not teaching them anything.
Right.
But to think, oh man, when I'm in trouble or I need something, this is the person who I can go to.
Right, exactly. Because at the end of the day, when I see that homeless person, that's probably going to be the first and last time I see them. So, and I mean, like I said, I'm very generous. I always give from the heart regardless. But it's like, okay, here's that 20 spat or 5 or whatever it is that I have at the moment. I'm probably not going to see them again.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. They come and go. So I don't have to worry about that of like, man, is this person going to see me again on Wednesday when I drive back down here or tomorrow when I drive back? 9 times out of 10, I don't see the same people.
No. But a lot of times, even with giving, like you said before, you got to feel led.
Yeah, you got to feel led to do that.
That's with me too, bro.
Yeah.
But even now, when I do, I'm doing an analyzation of the whole scene.
Right.
I'm keeping what you got on. Is your skin clean? Because if you're homeless, bro,
you got to be homeless.
You know what I mean?
But then again,
there's a telltale. Just like if you being hit by a semi truck and there's nothing changed about you, chances are I'm not gonna believe that you been hit by a semi truck.
Yeah, you was in a truck and accident with a semi. I ain't gonna believe. Unless
you
just had the miracle of God, all like
I
he just picked the truck up and took you out that mud. Yeah, come on, dog.
It's gonna be a change, but just like also being homeless, it's gonna be a change in your appearance.
It's gonna be a change in your attitude.
Yeah, because like, just think about it, especially in Florida. If you're homeless, the Florida sun don't play.
It sucks.
You know what I mean? One day outside, your skin gonna get darker.
It's gonna peel, and if you know, depending on your complexion, you're gonna peel too.
Yeah, for real.
You definitely gonna peel.
So I'm peeping the whole scene.
Right. Exactly.
Like when I pull up to what you call it, a red light, and I'm seeing somebody with a sign, yo, I'm peeping. Lead or not, now I'm peeping because
no, you have to now.
Society is so evil and wicked that people are making 6 figures off of
being rich, off of being homeless
or fake.
Faking it.
Yeah,
faking it. Absolutely, it is.
So
you think about it, bro. But yeah, like I say, but just gotta do your research, do your homework. Like we always said, we said every single podcast. When we get to episode 100 and yada yada yada, it's still gonna be do your research, do your homework, do all of it.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is it right here. We're gonna conclude the podcast. Yeah, that's the wipe. You good, bro? This is it. Conclude the podcast. Don't try to walk in anybody else's shoes.
But your own.
But your own. If you want, I'm not necessarily gonna say if you want what they want, but if you would love to travel that path of success, go ask Johnny.
Gain the knowledge that they gain to apply to your life. But do it your own way. Know what I mean? What worked for them may not work for you. But it's the knowledge that you're gaining from asking, seeking after that individual who is successful.
Yep.
Know what I mean? That's
it.
I'm sure you don't have to do it that way. It's just the principles they apply.
There you go. You saw my 13.
Yeah,
you
straight
saw
up.
my 13.
Universal principles.
Universal.
It works. So
those that believe in the word,
straight
believe in the Bible, they're in there.
Do your own thing your own way. Be your unique self. You know what I mean?
I'm never gonna stop being generous. I'm just gonna be careful who I'm generous to.
That's it. Yo, this has been the Grind Frame Podcast, man.
Grind Frame!
Coming to you every Sunday, man. Y'all already know how we do,
you know
man.
what it is.
Man.
PPP equals PPP.
Yeah, man.
Piss poor planning equals piss poor performance. You know how we do it. Salute to the kings, bow to the queens.
And we out of this thing, bro. Man,
Peace.
Wait. That wasn't supposed to be like
Don't
that,
worry about
y'all.
that. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? But you don't even have to worry about it because I always put it at the end of the video anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, it was supposed to come in like this, though. Show the blooper. Yeah, we rolling though. Y'all seen it? Yeah.
It's all good, though.
Fellow Americans, it is with the utmost pride and sincerity that I present this recording as a living testament and recollection of history in the making during our generation.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
Hey, this after the podcast.
It is what it is.